Hey, Jemarc Accento here, broadcasting to you from the end of the world. Here to say happy holidays. I can't believe it's the holiday season, and whether you celebrate by spending time with family, chilling out with some Chinese food, or throwing gifts upon the pyre of the generous God, just know that we at TFEW love each and every one of you. And in honor of that, I am pleased to announce that we will be at MagFest this coming January in DC. We won't be paneling or their special guest, but it is one of our all-time favorite conventions to attend. We will be wearing official TFU shirts, taking selfies, and will plan a meetup with anyone and everyone who happens to be there. So be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to see when and where we will host the meetup. Well, that's it from me, and I will catch you all after the show.
Previously on Tabletop for the End of the World.
In 3 months' time, we will be hosting a special event that our ancestors once called Burning Men.
The sky was on fire for months.
There are people who can fight back.
Believe in the strength of Hercules, and he may believe in the strength of... How can you think about the game right now?
And from now on, it's your job to remember other people's stories.
To-
There's nothing we can do.
You have to actually let me be your best buddy.
There it is.
If you help me out, then I can help you out.
Good day, my lovely, lovely listeners. I, Robin, am back once again with your daily wisdom. We at Poacher Black Corporations are very excited to announce that it is the best time of year. That's right, the holiday season where we work diligently all month to purchase a wide assortment of goods and services from one of Poacher Black's many subsidiary companies, all for the sake of throwing them upon the pyre of the generous God. May our gifts be grand. May we forever suffer his wrath. For what's the point of being kind without the threat of eternal damnation? This season, we ask that everyone take advantage of some of our holiday deals and remember what this season is for. Family. Because Potrablat administration can take family away from you in an instant if you fail to pay tribute to the generous God.
All right. Just a little more. Right. Almost got it.
Hello?
Is this... No, that's not it. Of course, if I just...
Kev, are you there?
No, that wasn't it at all. Just strokes. If I could only have some of my equipment back home, I could just...
Kev, I can hear you. Focus up, Nyard.
What? Oh, Mitch, is that you? Sorry, I just... How can I help you?
You sound busy there, man. Working on your suit?
Oh, no. I was actually just trying to get this station system I found working.
A station system?
Yeah, I mean, well, Jemarc was talking about playing that Man-Spider game, and he said he'd give me access to his archives, and I found this in the bunker, so I thought maybe... Please don't tell the guys.
It's alright, man. I get it.
You do?
I mean, yeah. Look, I've been out here for, well, ever. And I've spent years fighting, like countless nights waiting for someone to sneak up on me in the middle of the night and club me in the head. Hours hiding from drones and rubble, just, finding ways to strike back. Just days upon days upon days. And the thing is, if you don't find the thing that keeps you going, keeps you living, well, you run out of reasons to fight.
What happened to you?
Same as everyone else, as Manny put it, I lost everything.
Huh? Someone say my name.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Are you guys talking about me?
What? No! No,
Why would we do that?
Poor taste.
Look, I don't care. Kevin, I just wanted to say to you...
Whoa, no, hey, good boy. It's okay. Ah, okay, hey, sorry, I'm late. I just...
Strauss!
What the hell?
Is going on?
Nothing I can't handle. Just, it turns out my cat gets hungry, and when he gets hungry, he gets very large and angry and potentially rideable. I'm not sure about that last part, but if he could be a mount, that would be freaking awesome. And that's neither here nor there. The point is, I had to make a run out to find some food for the little big guy before he ate me. And I'm here, and I think he's settling down. And what did I miss?
I'm not even going to justify that with a response.
I just want to point out that I told you not to keep that thing.
Yeah, so the game?
The game! Last time on the game, you guys all accepted a quest from Debilika. She wants you to track down a powerful, intelligent undead called a Wight. She says that she was taking care of this Wight as part of her duties, but then she got kind of frustrated by how hard it was to actually deal with, and then you guys popped in, and she left to deal with you. Do you remember the tenets of the little deal you made with her?
She would give us some kind of mystical key that would allow us to travel freely in the demiplane.
And we were supposed to capture it, not kill it.
Good. I believe you guys also said something about like prove your trustworthiness. So she offered you a limited amount of protection. You're not sure what that means. It seems that as long as you're like working for her, you're a little bit immune to some of the stuff that's going on here, even though you're not 100% sure what that is.
And you forgot the most important part.
I'm sure I did.
Oh dear.
She has to be our best buddy. Actually, she
Yes.
has to be
Just be
Twilight's best buddy.
Yes, she is.
Which is a
now your
state
best
of
buddy.
mind. Yeah, it's a state of mind, not just words. So, yes.
I almost forgot about that.
Never forget.
No, fair enough.
Fun way to torture the devil.
Okay, so Debilika knows about where she left the Wight, but she can't know for sure where it's gone since then. She has offered to lead you guys to the last known location and actually guide you through the maze to get there.
Now, by through the maze, is that through the walls, or is that through the maze?
Is there an actual labyrinth?
She has just said through the maze.
Oh dear.
But she was kind of like generally motioning out to... We didn't talk about this in the last game, but she's kind of just generally motioning out like to the world. So I believe when we absolutely left off, like the last moment was you guys leaving the goblin camp. Debilika leads you down a hallway. As you're walking, she begins to point out like, okay, everyone, don't step there. We're going to walk around here. And she's leading you on this strange serpentine path down these hallways, and you realize what she's doing. You notice a few very poorly set traps. Spike traps, collapsing floor. There's one part where the wall looks like if you step on the right rock, it'll slam down or sideways. Some of these traps seem to have been laid by goblins. Like some of it's like there's like some pointy sticks, that swinging log thing with spikes on it. But she seems to be leading you through all of them. And she's, her usual bored manner of like, all right, not here and there and not there and not here. She leads you through this scattering of weird stuff in hallways. The hallway sort of opens up into a rope bridge, like a really unstable looking rope bridge. And she just looks at it. She's like, it's fine. Come on. And she just kind of floats over it.
Hold on. She can float. I would like to roll to see if I can trust that this bridge will not murder us.
Okay. I think investigation.
Okay. Investigation. And that was the one of the skills I didn't choose for my boost, but that's fine.
You have to use the boost to get through.
Okay. I got a 9 for investigation.
You don't know too much about the construction of rope bridges. You can't really tell, like, it's swinging, but, like, is it, like, weak on some points? You're not really sure. What does the condition of rope look like? You've never really known.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Twilight stands like still and goes, Debilika.
Yes, dear.
And I reach my hand out so she can hold my hand and help me across the bridge.
Oh my god, you're serious, aren't you?
I nod vigorously.
And she takes your hand, but there's like nothing to actually grab. So she just kind of like leans her hand out for you to take.
Yeah, it's about the emotions. I take her hand. and I look at her and I go, do you feel that? Do you feel that?
I literally do not.
And I lean in close and I go, that's best buddy love. And then I start walking.
And you start walking and she's floating right along next to you and she goes, best buddy, I did promise you that you would be protected on the journey to our next location. I'm honestly a little hurt you don't trust me.
Are you talking about you holding my hand? No, I just wanted to do that. Yeah, I never had a parental figure, I guess. And I heard that for the other little tieflings, their parents would hold their hands when they crossed the street. So I thought, crossing a bridge, it's the same difference, really.
Oh, okay. So am I your mother in this scenario? Or
Torrin
father?
just shouts out, "Enough! My strength and faith will guide me through any treachery." And he just closes his eyes and strolls across.
Yeah, okay. It creaks underneath your weight, but it holds.
Virt just shrugs and follows suit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's totally fine. It's a perfectly functional bridge. Debilika's word seems good, at least as far as rope bridges and trapped hallways go.
I feel like Virt's the safest person after Debilika because of his weight class.
Right, he weighs the least.
Yeah.
Well, it's less not trusting Debilika and more not trusting the DM.
She says, us devils are bound by law. If we promised you something, we have to keep it. So you're perfectly safe.
Blah, blah, blah.
But how do we trust that?
She shrugs at you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Well, we could test it.
There's no way I'm going to trust her. She's here to kill us.
Debilika.
Yeah. Yes, best buddy?
So you're bound by law.
Magical laws, yes.
And you promised you would keep us safe on this journey.
I can't keep you entirely safe. I simply don't have the authority. But you are protected from other devils that may come to kill you. At least as far as I can prevent them from doing so.
Can you promise me right now to keep me safe? Because we need to test this. If I jump off this bridge.
No. No, sweetie, no. You see, I told you I can protect you from other devils. I cannot protect you from your own bad choices. That would really be against the whole spirit of what's going on here.
Okay, well, next time we see a devil, I guess we'll find that out.
See? And then you'll learn that maybe we really can be, and she gets up close to you, like cheek to cheek, best buddies. Yes, you deflate. Very good. You cross the rope bridge. It was fine. She starts leading you through more dark hallways, more gloomy than dark. But it seems to be getting darker as you go. She pushes through another illusory wall. It just kind of wavers away. You go into a few more hallways, steps around a few more traps. All told, this lasts about maybe a few hours, maybe 2-3 hours of hiking.
What do these hallways look like? I guess? Like, or is it all kind of like this debilitated castle? Are there nicer rooms? Does it look
No,
like
they're
it's...
all. It's dark, so it's hard to tell, but it is very rough. Like where there were candles and torches, like where there were rows and rows of candles and torches, there now might be one or two. Parts of the ceiling are collapsed, and there's like just darkness behind it. Uh, the floor looks like there was an earthquake at some point, and like the tiles don't match up. You have to carefully watch your footing all the time.
Could we talk to each other during this travel?
Yeah, I mean it's lasting hours. It takes like all told, it's like been about an hour or two since you started out.
Does anyone actually know anything about a wight?
They are undead creatures.
It's a beautiful color, sometimes used in design and decor. Yep.
Hmm.
Trying to think what ability would be best to be like. Do you have knowledge of a wight?
History?
I mean, I could sense if a wight was nearby with divine sense, but
You could.
I don't know if
It's about
that would be
absolutely could.
religion or arcana.
Or history?
That's what I'm thinking.
like unless it's a map, geography, or terrain, my wanderer does not help.
Well, I mean, you can choose which ability you'd want to roll, but you're only going to get the knowledge related to that ability. So, for example, if you roll religion, you would know if there are stories about wights in your religion.
Being a paladin, I
in a
probably should have
particular
chosen religion.
You know, a lot of them do. Anyway, yeah, like pick history. You would know stories about wights throughout history. Maybe if you roll high enough. But and for Arcana, you would know about sort of the magic behind them. So, what do you think?
Virt would actually go with Arcana first.
All right, give me a roll. Let's see if Virt has knowledge of this.
Wow, we are just three ignorant bastards.
It's entirely possible.
We may end up as that, unfortunately. Yeah, that was an 11 for Virt's Arcana check.
Okay, you know that wights are not of themselves particularly powerful, but they are very tricky to make. So an especially powerful undead entity or necromancer would have to make them. You know that they are most typically like low-ranking officers in undead armies. Because of their intelligence, they have an effect on other zombies. Like they have a control mechanism for other zombies.
Okay.
Do you tell us this?
No, yeah, Virt can tell you that. Virt knows this.
Well, so far the only thing I know is that they're intelligent and somebody else had to make it. But I unfortunately don't know how to contain or kill one of them.
I only know how to make brown or yellow.
Less helpful,
That was
still
so grody.
important.
With the strength of Hercules, I could probably slay it. Unfortunately, that is not our mission. And he stares at Debilika.
And she says, "Yes, thank you for remembering, large lizard person.
Why can't we kill it?
I need it alive. Well, alive," and she does big air quotes. "Because every time you kill it, it can jump to a new body."
Oh, yeah.
So what you're really saying is we've got you at a disadvantage.
Sure, as though I don't necessarily like to admit something like that, but
Is
sure.
this... I read this once, guys. I have a book in our archives about like different beasts that existed hundreds of years ago. Might still exist today, honestly. We live in a weird place. Is this a Wendigo? Do you guys know what a Wendigo is?
Somewhat, but no.
I
Wendigo aren't technically undead.
have unfortunately not gotten that far into the archives.
Yeah, so like Wendigos are these creatures that like feed on human flesh, I guess, but they're also made like when one Wendigo dies, the spirit of a Wendigo goes into another human that has consumed the flesh of a person, I guess. It's like they're from the mountains and like old America in the north. I don't know. It sounds like a Wendigo. It's probably not, but
Don't Wendigos have to be cannibals? I mean, this is sort of more of a zombie thing.
oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking because like it can jump bodies, so I wasn't sure if that was relevant at all.
Didn't know they could do that.
Yeah.
As you're talking about this, you guys, the hallway you're in abruptly ends. This dark gray square hallway abruptly ends with a ladder. Once again, a ladder that is, like before, going up into the ceiling. And it seems to be a solid ceiling, and Debilika just zoops right in.
Twilight, new combat buddy. You first. And he kind of gives him a pat on the back to shove forward.
I'm your, and I look at Torrin and I go, I'm your combat buddy.
All right, enough of that. And then I actually shove him.
And I go, all right, and I make sure my loot is secured to my back, and I make my way up the ladder.
Yep, and it's totally fine. The floor wavers just like when you touch Debilika. And you are in an equally dark square hallway, except there seems to be something in the gloom ahead of you about 60 feet forward.
I do have
Like
dark
sort of
vision.
just at the edges of your dark vision. There's something there.
Does it look ominous?
Doesn't everything if you don't know what it is?
Well, can I roll my perception to see if I get a better look at it?
Yeah, sure.
Stalking dark vision.
Woo!
Yeah, Torrin has not been having a good time in the dark hallway.
Well, that's why we've been keeping him in the middle.
Perception 19.
Except I'm supposed to be at the front.
I got a. You're the one who shoved me in the front. I got a 23.
Okay, it's a humanoid form. You can see it pretty well, actually. You can make out the silhouette of a humanoid form. You can't tell its color from here, but it looks very large, maybe slightly bigger than Torrin. Even though it's sitting down, it's kind of like it's resting, it looks like, against the wall. Maybe even napping.
Cool. So I look down the ladder and I go, "Hey, someone's here!" And then I look out towards the person far away and go, "Hi, I'm Twilight. Do you want to be friends?"
Oh, we are
Hello?
so dead.
Hello.
Yeah, you hear a grunt, and the silhouette turns its head towards you, but it's not responding.
Hi, and I'm making my way towards it.
Oh,
Hi, my name.
we gotta
I'm
go.
Twilight. What's your name? Do you
as
live
you-
here?
As you close the distance, you're about halfway to him now, so about 30 feet away. You can start to see it, start to make out. This is a very large, muscular figure. It stands up, and it's almost too large for this hallway. Just barely on the cusp of having to duck its head.
Torrin
Torrin,
wants to
I
jump.
hear-
Hold!
Torrin,
hear
I
this-
found your god.
You hear the scraping of metal on stone as it stands up, and you can tell now that it's been holding a weapon this whole time. This large spear with a talon-shaped blade, decorated with ornate gold that you can see shimmering in the very faint light.
And I'm still making my way towards it because I want to be friends.
Torrin shouts for him to get back here. Get back here, you fool!
Well, are you like? Did you go to the top of the ladder and your head's popping out? Like, dude, come on!
No, but knowing the past, I'm assuming he's already running headfirst into trouble. And at the top of
I
the
mean,
ladder,
if you-
I wish to cast Divine Sense
Okay.
to detect any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
There is unquestionably a fiend in front of you. You are getting like
Now
oh god, like it's so obvious. That is a fiend.
my lizard eyes get whatever the equivalent of why it is, and I just shout for him to get the hell back here.
Can you?
Not a
pickaxe
friendly!
that?
Not a friendly!
And I go, everyone's friendly if you give them a chance. Look at me in Debilika. We're
It will
best
eat your
buds
innards.
now. And I stop. I stop at that, and I go, what?
It will
as
eat
you're-
you!
It'll eat you. Oh jeez. Okay, as you yell all of this, and now, I'm guessing you didn't stop running.
When I heard him say it will eat you, because at that point I was about halfway towards it, I started slowing down. Like, at that point, I was like, oh, well, that's not fun.
you see that this figure is a gray-skinned giant of a creature with red streaks down his arm, face, and exposed torso. The streaks could be tattoos, or they could be natural patterns, it's hard to tell. His most distinguishing feature is a beard of dozens of writhing tentacles that reach down his chest. Each strand is only as wide as a finger, but tipped with a bright, almost pink color that matches his eyes and his weathered horns. Beside him is a heavy-looking spear that I described earlier. He stares you down, and he's, from 10, 15 feet away, he says, "Damn it. All right. Any of you injured? I want to make this quick and get back to my break." And Debilika flies, actually phases through you to get between you and this creature. And she has her arms out. She says, "Paralysis, stop. They're on assignment." And Paralysis says, "They usually are." And he cracks his neck, and he picks up that massive spear and gets it into a combat position. And Debilika says, "No, listen, you idiot. They're protected." And Paralysis cocks his head. He's like, "It's part of a deal?" She's like, "Of course. Goodness me, this is why you'll never make it out of collections. You must learn to plan ahead a little bit." Paralysis grunts as he lowers his spear. He walks right up to Debilika and just kind of glares her down a little bit. He says, "Can I know about this deal?" She says, "Not right now, Paralysis. Later. We'll talk later, okay?" "Oh, okay. Come on, team. This is fine." She gives you a little, come on.
Not being able to see and only still sensing that a fiend is in front of him, I shout, "Are you dead yet?"
Oh, okay. And I shout back, "No, it's cool. He's our buddy now." And I walk up to Polaris and I put my hand out and I go, "Hi, I'm Twilight. I guess your name's Polaris. Polaris. It's nice to meet you."
What's your AC?
My AC is 13.
Never a good sign.
It was only one dice, though.
It is only one die, so you're fine, man. Don't worry about it.
So he strikes for 50.
You said your AC's
13.
13?
Yes.
You didn't see him move, but you feel the ka-thunk of it striking against your armor. One of the tentacles on his beard has sort of tapped on you a little bit, right on your chest, in a "don't touch me, I'm threatening you, don't touch me" kind of way.
Uh-huh.
Sort of like the way someone might put their hand on top of someone's head to keep them at bay. He's put one of his beard tentacles on your chest, and he's glaring down at you.
Awesome. And I put my hand on his beard tentacle because I think that's how he greets people. And I go, "It's very nice to meet you." And I pat it gently.
Can you roll your Constitution, please? Roll a d20 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
Just won't be satisfied until he's injured in every game.
It's 15, by the way.
You rolled a 15?
Yes. No bonuses.
Okay. It pricks your finger as you pet it. You notice that the almost pink tips of his beard are barbed. And you've pricked your hand. You take 2 damage.
Okay.
And your hand feels kind of tingly,
but
you feel like you can shake it off.
Okay.
Because you didn't get a deep press. You just like you were accidentally touching a cactus. You're like, "Oh."
Okay. And I go, "Ooh." And I'm like,
yeah, you feel a little tingly, and it actually goes all the way up to your shoulder.
I go, "Oh, okay. Well, nice to meet you." And I finally kind of get the hint, and I step back and I go, "I get it. Some friends don't like being touched, and that's okay."
And so Paralysis doesn't even acknowledge you. And he looks at Debilika, and he's got a jovial look on his face now. Says, "Wow, well, this will be a short group. So far, so far so good." But she's lying, and you can tell.
Torrin marches up to not really see because no dark vision, but stare where he believes to stare to try and just intimidate.
Sure.
I have no
Yeah,
idea
go
of
ahead,
the
roll-
situation. I just climbed up a ladder and know there's a monster here.
Yeah, where the hell is Vert during all this?
Oh,
too?
Vert, like, as soon as you said, "Oh, hi, I'm going to go see a new friend," he, like, ran up the ladder.
All right. Well, yeah, you're all up there. You all see this. Yeah, you take an intimidating posture, Torrin. But he
Kind of trying to position myself between, the already taking damage before actual combat Twilight and this fiend.
It's a feature.
Is he gonna roll for that?
No,
Nah,
because
I'm not actually
this guy.
casting Intimidate. I'm just striking an intimidating
There's-
posture and getting between any more potential damage.
Yeah, he's not actually trying to accomplish anything by intimidating him, so there's no
okay,
reason
fair
to roll for it.
He's just looking
He's
menacing.
trying to. Yeah, it's not like Paralis will remember this later. But Paralis, he just kind of chuckles. He's like, "All right, well, if you're having it, oh, that's not his voice.
What the hell was
Yeah.
that? It was so nice.
Okay, man. Oh, whoa. If you're having any
Yeah.
trouble with them, you can always just send them to me." And Debilika goes, "Yes, of course, I remember. Now, what will you give me so I don't tell the higher-ups that you're hanging out back here?" And he double takes a little bit, and he goes, "I'll give you 1 lemure when you make it back to headquarters. Just deal." And he goes, "Okay, guys, this is fine." And she starts floating off. And Paralis just sits back down. He's got his spear, back down. He set it down. He's just sitting there. It looks like he's going to try to go back to his nap.
Torrin just walks by, pounds one fist against his chest, and keeps walking.
What do you mean, pound a fist against his chest?
His own chest.
My chest.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, "Missed a fist bump, bro." He snorts a stifled laugh at you, as though you would even dare to try to be funny.
Vert's passing by him and just sort of eyes him and says under his breath, "Well, there's nothing saying that we're not going to tell the higher-ups." And then he just keeps going.
Oh my god.
He's lucky we didn't get in
okay.
a fight. I just learned what radiant damage is.
So I know I said we weren't going to do a thing where it's like, Paralis will remember this later, but Virt, I think Paralis is going to remember you now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
no.
my god. Oh, sweet Christmas. Or whatever
You
non-denominational holiday you celebrate.
you hear Paralis sort of shift as you say that, and as you walk on into the darkness.
Yep.
A couple more minutes of twists and turns that you'd honestly have to try really hard to remember. You finally emerge
Excellent
from
memory
the tunnel.
for maps, geography, and terrain.
Oh yeah, Torrin's probably doing a decent job of this, except it's kind of dark, but we'll handle that later. Oh, excuse me. The tunnels open up into a wide open space. The ceiling here is at least 100 feet above you, and crisscrossed with rafters that are barely visible in the gloomy darkness. In front of you is a wall of plant life. They look like tall bushes, maintained and cut square. Debilika just flies over the top of the bushes. It's about 12 feet up. And she says, "It's just plants. Cut through them. Come on."
With a groan, Torrin just takes out his sword and starts hacking.
Yeah, and that's fine. The bushes cut away pretty easily. You cut a large enough swath for everyone to enter through, and you walk through it, and in front of you is another wall of plant life, of bushes like this, and you can see that to your left and to your right is a long hallway of these bushes, and it seems that you have stepped into what is obviously a hedge maze, and you've made your own door.
Just gonna keep swinging, not even stop. Just keep walking forward, swinging.
Debilika says, "Very good, thank you." And she keeps flying ahead of you, just far enough ahead that you can see her. And you just sort of cut through it for takes about 15 minutes. And then the walls of the maze that they cut through pretty easily, and you realize Debilika is leading you to the center of the maze. As you start getting closer to the center, you see that there are clusters of berries growing on these bushes now, and they seem to be getting... the clusters get denser as you get closer to the middle.
Twilight says, "Oh, berries!" and he runs towards them.
I want to grab Twilight
Yoink.
and
Twilight,
try to use my survival and knowledge
Twilight,
to see if this is...
hold on. You grab Twilight by the back of his kimono, and he goes,
Yes.
"What?"
Oh, you're not.
No more
You're
of
not
that.
choking. You're wearing a kimono. Your collar's in your belly button.
No. By the back of his kimono, but like basically grabbing my throat. I'm assuming. I'm just guessing. He's got a big hand, and I'm a tiny tiefling.
Okay, like it's just grabbing your throat at that
Yeah.
point. Torrin, you said you were gonna roll survival.
So that'd be a
Go
D20
ahead.
plus the modifier.
That's the way.
I'm learning. 18 plus 3, so
21.
Yeah.
You got the good roll.
Mhm.
You know these are called never ever berries.
Never ever don't eat them. Am I right?
They are technically edible, but within a few hours they will give you uncontrollable diarrhea.
Hmm.
Torrin struggles with whether to tell Twilight or not, but realizes they may have to fight soon, so warns him. Just imagine a good long 2 minutes of him considering while not taking his hand off Twilight's neck, and then just finally deciding, okay, no, these are not food, unless you consider the torrent of brown coming out of you pleasant.
Oh my god, that was amazing! Oh
Like-
my god.
Takes a good
my
long
God.
while for him to decide to tell you because it's not lethal.
Oh my god. Oh, I need to take a second.
Virt rolled a 20 on his survival to know what the berries were as soon as he saw what was going on and was like, what? Is just waiting
So Vert's in on
to
it.
see
then.
what happens.
It's like, so
Yeah,
me
you
and
know-
Virt just share a knowing look during that time of consideration.
So wait, you both know what it is, and you look at each other, and you both
Well,
consider
I
whether
mean-
it's a good idea to tell Twilight or not.
Torrin's got you by the throat, basically, or the back of the neck, and
Yeah.
Vert's like, I don't want to get involved with this
Because I could probably lift you by the head.
or other things.
We can debate that.
Like an overpowered anime character with blonde hair. You can lift me by the head.
All right.
So
Well,
we'll
anyway,
keep on
that's-
moving, me chopping through it.
Very good. Yeah, you chop. You leave the white berries alone, chopping through them, and moving on. You chop through the final bush, and you've reached the center of the maze. You can tell it's the center because the wall in front of you is not bushes anymore. It's a structure of like wood and stone. Like this is actual construction. It seems to be a circular pattern, but a large circle. Like you can see where the horizons of it are, but there's no like door or window here. And Debilika just points to you as like, this way, and she leads you left. To the entrance of Balderdash, and you see there's like a sign made out of like interwoven twigs and sticks. It says Balderdash up over the entrance to this clearing in the maze. Standing in front of the door is an armed gentleman. He's wearing he's a human of average height. He's got like a small beard. He's got decent looking armor and a decent looking sword. And as you approach, you can see he's looking up at the rafters. And he doesn't immediately notice you.
Hi, I'm Twilight. What's your name?
He's like startled and he looks down and he goes, halt!
Hi,
Oh,
hi, Halt. I'm Twilight.
no, my name's not Halt. My name's Phil. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Twilight. I said, I don't know why no one ever remembers. I say it's the first thing I say, and I mope and I walk away as I'm like ranting. It's like I don't get it. I say hi, I'm Twilight. It's kind of a thing, and people.
No,
just
all of you. I meant all of you.
Torrin puts
said
a fist to his
devil
own
child.
chest and makes a slight nod of the head. I am Torrin, Paladin of Hercules.
Ooh, yeah, Phil loves that. He gives you like a little bow in return. It's like, Master Paladin, good to have you, especially in these dark times.
I'm just Virt, looking for a way out.
Oh, I didn't see you down there, friend Virt.
I get that.
If you are indeed friends,
Well, we're not enemies.
well, I see you traveling with that. And in a manner similar to what we've seen out of Torrin before, Phil is looking very suspiciously at Twilight.
Twilight doesn't notice this. He's still grumbling in the background, like, what more do I have to do? I say hi, I'm Twilight. I don't want to say hi, my name is Twilight. That's too many words, and I was always told greetings are short, and they're succinct, and they have meaning, and I just don't get it.
Torrin just chuckles and puts out a hand to Phil, having now seen that he despises the devils just as much as him, and says, well met, to have an actual handshake now.
He hesitates and doesn't take your hand. He's like, you'll excuse me if I find I must be cautious, but Balderdash has only existed for so long because we're careful not to let any of the devils into our camp. Would you mind subjecting yourself to a quick examination so that we know we can allow the three of you in?
I just don't understand what's going on. Like, how much more?
He puts out his
do I
arms,
have to try
hands
and
wide
do
open,
this? It's just the
flexing
most
unconsciously,
ridiculous
saying,
thing.
I have nothing to hide.
What do I have to do to just convince people? That
What
would be a
kind
thing
of examination?
I can do, and I just want
The,
people to understand. It's
Jesus.
okay. And I'm here to be your friend, and no one seems to be convinced. I don't know what I have to do to make things happen.
Okay, buddy.
Oh,
Buddy?
yeah?
How you doing back there?
Wait, I'm your buddy?
Oh, And Debilika's like chuckling at this because she understands what importance word choice has right now with you. So Phil takes a lantern off of his belt. It's a rather large lantern, heavy looking, and he holds it up and he cracks it just a little bit, and a cone of light puts itself onto Torrin. And Phil says, "Yes, I can tell you're being honest with me. What business do you have in Balderdash?"
Really? Wait, he's not going to check the other two of us? Just Torrin?
Everybody gets a check.
Oh, okay.
Nothing to hide.
Yes, what are you doing here? What do you want with our town?
We come hunting Wights.
I mean, okay. We could...
I mean,
Yeah, I went there.
he's like, there's like, we have a high elf back here.
No. Wights.
I don't know what that is, I'm sorry.
Undead. We come hunting undead.
Oh, goodness, there are undead now? And you believe an undead could be here in Balderdash?
Maybe.
Alright, Master Paladin, step behind me, please. And who's next?
Virt steps forward. Well, I guess I will.
Ah, very good. You're adorable. And he shines this lantern on you, this lantern light on you, this little cone of light.
It's a little bright.
He says, Master Sorcerer, what business do you have in Balderdash? You traveling with the Paladin here?
Well, yeah, basically the same thing. We're looking for the undead to take care of it.
Yes. But you seem very interested in this Wight. I feel excitement coming from you?
Well, I've never dealt with an undead quite like this before. It's a very interesting learning opportunity. I'm always looking for new information.
Huh. Morbid. Well, I suppose that's perfectly fine, though.
Well, knowledge
okay,
isn't
yes,
morbid. What people do with it is.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay, you're in. But don't bring the undead into Balderdash, please? We like being alive
Oh,
here.
we're trying to take it out.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And if you know where it is, could you tell me so we can man an offensive?
Well, the idea is to remove it so that you don't have to.
You're gonna do that for us?
Well, we thought we'd extend a helping hand to, I'm assuming neighbors?
It's more for us, but you benefit as well.
That is lovely. Yes, that would be amazing. The lantern seems to indicate that you're telling me the truth. So, when you get into the city here, look for Mayor Bucket. He may be able to help you.
We shall indeed. Thanks, Phil.
You're quite welcome, Master Virt.
Oh.
And then he turns his gaze onto Twilight.
And Twilight's waving. Hi, new buddy!
Step into the light, please.
And I obediently step into the light with my hands behind my back very politely.
And Phil gives a And as you feel this light hit you, it just seems normal. Just seems maybe a little warm. And then there's like a tingly sensation, starting right behind your ears and moving behind your eyes, and it starts to get more and more intense. Roll your Arcana for me.
Okie dokie. Not great for Twilight. That's a 1, but not natural.
Okay. You know this tingling sensation is magical in some way, but you're not sure how. Based on its location, you know it's affecting your mind. And he looks at you and he says, "You are hiding something.
What do you...
It's bad enough that you already look like one of the devils, but you are actually genuinely hiding something."
Like what? Oh! And I take Derek out, and I go, "This is Derek!"
Yes, no, I saw Derek in the lantern.
Oh.
But you have a past.
Well, everyone has a past.
Yes, but I don't know if I want people with your past in my town.
Well, that's a little racist. Well, that makes sense why you get along with Torrin.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna probe deeper into your mind with the lantern.
Whoa, Okay, just buy me a meal afterwards, I guess.
Okay, you're consenting to this?
I am consenting.
Okay. The tingling sensation in your head is getting more intense, and now it's almost painful.
Shall I roll?
You don't have to roll for this.
Okay.
You're not going to take damage from this.
Okay.
Spoilers. But he digs down, and then he stops, and he closes the lantern. And he says, "Can you tell me why you were imprisoned here?" The tingling sensation goes away. He's closed the lantern.
And I look at the guys, and I go, "Well, I already told them. I think I was in prison because of a play I wrote, and I don't think Master Porto whatever was very pleased with it, because it was meant to be a comedy, but people were upset, I guess. I don't know, because I didn't kill the actual people. Why do you ask?"
He starts chuckling at you, actually. And he says, you were imprisoned here because you wrote a play."
I think so. I mean, I can't think of any other reason why. And Debilika, my best buddy over there, said that sometimes Master Porto whatever is kind of petty, so it makes sense.
Well, the lantern here showed me some of your past memories, and I thought I was going to be dealing with another problem child on our hands. You see,
and really quickly,
yeah,
he's directly in front of me, right?
Yeah.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy, which works a little bit like Prestidigitation, but there are some minor differences. I want to change my eye colors from gold to black.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
And the way it happens is it's not a quick change. It's almost like liquidy, like black liquid pools into my eyes until it's all black. And I look at him and I go, "What did you find?"
Oh, okay. Are you trying to intimidate him?
It's more. I'm gonna say yes, but it's like deeper than that. It's like he awoke something in Twilight, if that makes sense. Like
Okay.
something Twilight's tried to keep buried, and like
Okay.
maybe consciously Twilight's not even aware of it themselves.
He's a little put off by that.
Okay, should I roll to intimidate anyway, just to?
Are you trying to accomplish something? Are you
No,
trying
no,
to,
no.
like...
It's literally just a response. Like that's just what happened.
Yeah, he's a little startled. He already didn't trust you, so that's not a point in your favor.
Yeah.
Virt also looks
Does
very
he
startled.
Does he respond to my question?
He says, "When I came to Balderdash, I was imprisoned here for pickpocketing a devil unknowingly. So I can sympathize with what you're going through." And he's like, kind of like eyeing you to see how you respond to that now that you're being kind of creepy.
This holiday season, be sure to check out another new episode of everyone's favorite space opera, Star Wars Episode 40, Jar Jar's Retribution. I personally am very excited for this film to answer all of the important questions we've been asking for centuries, like, will Lord Binks finally rule the multiverse? I mean, come on. Now, dear viewers, this, of course, is another reboot, but I have a feeling that this film will perfectly capture the nuance that Lord Bink requires, and his ability to handle politics. Why, I remember when...
Twilight is breathing like haggardly almost, like they're about to lose control, and Twilight's like, and then the black starts pooling back, and you see the specks of gold from Twilight's natural eye color coming back, and Twilight takes a deep breath and goes, and they open their eyes, and they look, and they're blinking, and they look around at everyone and go, "What? Why is everyone looking at me?"
Oh, no reason.
Okay.
Torrin just eyes him more warily now.
And I look at Phil, and I'm like, "So did I pass?"
He puts the lantern down and looks at you very sternly. And then he walks over and puts a hand on your shoulder. He says, "Look, you seem kind of young. When I came here, I was distraught. And I've been here for a couple years now. So I want you to know that this place, if you choose it to be, can be a sort of purgatory. I'm trying to set myself straight. I haven't stolen anything since I arrived here. The choices you make can change who you are." And he looks almost kind of teary-eyed, and then he steps back into his guard post, and he says, "You can enter."
Before he steps back, I give him a hug, because I see him I see him becoming teary-eyed, and so I'm
make an attack roll. No, I'm kidding.
Grapple check.
And then I kill him.
Oh man, a lethal hug. Yeah, no, he lets you in.
Okay.
Yeah, he hugs you back a little bit.
Awesome.
And he said, "Good luck. Remember, Mayor Bucket, if you really are here to do what you say you're here to do, and the lantern seems to suggest you are, then he may be able to help you."
Swell.
To the mayor.
I start walking in, and I go, "That was a real nice guy. I have no idea what he was talking about with his past, but it seems like he's been through some stuff, right?"
Yeah. Do you remember anything weird about the interaction back there?
I mean, the light kind of hurt my head a little bit, but that was about it. Did they hurt your guys' heads?
No.
Oh. Well, maybe it's because I'm a demon or whatever. I don't know.
Torrin just slightly leans down to tap Virt and just give him a head shake of not right now.
Virt just nods and they keep on walking.
And you keep on walking then, I guess. Balderdash. You are in Balderdash. And it has actual architecture. There are sheds and hovels constructed from twigs and mud. Humanoids of all shapes pass each other on the paths in between these sheds. A few of the notable sheds, one of them appears to actually be a forge. Another one has no windows and a man standing in front of it keeping guard. One shed has a sign above it made from carefully interwoven sticks. It seems to have the image of a bottle. And as you're walking through examining the town, Debilika speaks up. This is the last place I saw the Wight headed before I got distracted. And she looks at you pointedly when she says distracted. It's around here somewhere, but no one here looks particularly undead. She kind of shrugs. Like, I don't know.
So, how much of an expert are you on the undead?
Me, myself? Oh, not much. I mostly deal with the living and the soon-to-be dead, you see. Undead, not really a devil's persuasion.
Well, apparently neither are we. So,
As you say that, she says, oh, give it time.
we're
So, what were you gonna say?
what kind of body was this thing in, or what did it look like at least last time you saw it?
Last I saw the Wight, it had a slim, female form, actually. Pale skin, almost translucent, gray, wispy rasps of hair, and some armor that looked dirty, but not necessarily in disrepair. Had a bow and arrow, had a sword on it. Decent boots, I'd say. Like, new boots. And she just seems to start naming the Wights, like, clothing and attire. Skeletal face. The eyes are there, but they're, like, sunken in, you know what I mean? The skin looks too thin. Not like yours, where it's all supple, and she, like, floats down to you and, like, gives you, like, a pat on the cheek, and it just sort of wavers through. But, you know, very distinguished.
How does this help us?
Well, now you know what it looks like, silly.
But can you give us a general area?
The last I saw it, it was traveling through that hedge maze. So, it's either found its way out, or found its way in.
So, Twilight recognizes the bottle sign as, like, one of the symbols for a saloon or an inn, and, like, got distracted and wasn't actually paying attention to the description of the Wight. And
Didn't even need to roll to know that. Wow.
Starts.
I mean, that's a good guess. I guess you're gonna go in there?
Yeah. Twilight's gonna go towards the bottle door, because Twilight has an entertainer background, which means that they will always try to find a place to perform, and through performing can get free food and lodging for them and their party.
Always a good thing.
Yep.
You open up the door and you hear a young woman say, "Welcome to Selena's. Oh, you're new." And you see that you are in it seems to be a shop. There's just sort of a kiosk on the other side of a small room inside this shed, where a young-looking female high elf is behind the counter with bottles and flasks behind her. All of them contain sort of a murky white liquid, even though the bottles are all different shapes and colors and sizes, and it seems to be because they are, like, just whatever she could find. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Twilight, and I like to play music.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm Selena. I like to make potions.
Oh, so this isn't an inn, is it?
Oh no, there's no need for an inn in Balderdash. We get so few people.
Why's that?
Well, either you die in the hedge maze, or a devil kills you, or I mean, most of the people who come here and they intend to stay, they stay for a while. We don't really get passersby. I mean, that's why I stayed here. It seems safe. There's a plentiful food supply, and I can finally work my craft a little bit. It gives me a little hope, you know?
Oh, so do you? And I hold my lute up, and like, do you want me to play something? I guess.
Oh, goodness, yes, please. I hope you know I can only trade you in potions for your time.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, so I go to the center of the room, and I'm not going to sing this time because that was terrible. But I will roll my performance to give her a show.
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Ooh, hello. I got 20, not natural.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rip into it, man. You totally nail it. What are you singing?
I decide to sing her a song, a song back from my youth about the potion maker and their fun potion of delights. It's essentially a song about drugs, but I am not aware of that, and it sounds just happy and hopeful.
Well, Selena is totally into it. After you're done, she claps her hands. She's like, "That was wonderful, Twilight.
Thank you.
Oh goodness, you're going to be an excellent addition to Balderdash. It's so nice to have someone who plays music for a change."
I like to bring joy to the world, and I would
Well-
like to see what kind of potion she'll give me.
Yeah, she reaches up. You did such a good job. Like she grabs a potion with one hand, looks at it, turns around and grabs a second.
Ooh.
And she puts them on the table. She's like, "Thank you so much. Oh goodness, I haven't heard music in at least a year."
Happy to do it. What's this? And I look at the potions.
These are for you as a thank you from me. I've figured out a way to use what I know with my alchemy to increase the positive effects and reduce the negative effects of our food supply. So as you can see, the only thing to eat in Balderdash are the berries. So I have constructed a way very carefully to maximize the restorative potential of the berries while delaying the inevitable. So she has passed you essentially potions of healing, but with a drawback. They will restore 2d4 hit points each, but at some point in the next 6 hours, it will give you diarrhea.
Okay.
So you'll heal for a good amount of points, but you will shit yourself.
Hey, free potion's a free potion. I'll take it.
Yeah, also looking at the potions on the shelf, they all have the same color to them. So I think, you intuit this is the only potion she can make
So
here.
it's the potion of X-Lax.
Yeah, but a restorative X-Lax, because it's a medicine.
It's a potion for if you have constipation.
I'd say a good dump could be restorative.
It's certainly freeing and fulfilling.
Okay.
I mean, you've got the slaps of healing from your paladin, but no, go ahead, crap your pants.
I didn't say I was gonna take it now.
I could just touch you, but if you want to go poop, go poop.
I didn't come in here like I'm gonna totally get this potion that'll make me shit myself. That's not my. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, no, the unfortunate part is that the only one who knows what the potion does is Twilight, because we're still outside and the party split.
Oh,
That's canon. That's canon.
That is
That's canon
accurate
now.
as hell.
That's canon.
Okay, and I sit there and I start seriously considering whether or not I should loan it to my friends.
You want to betray the man who can melt your face.
No, it's not betrayal. Here's the thing. Twilight's motivations are different. I want to be helpful, but I also know that there are negative aspects. And like, so I'm like sitting there like, oh, this would be really helpful to my friends, but I don't want to make them poop themselves. And then I seriously start considering like not telling them about that because I wouldn't want them to like feel embarrassed.
Here's healing potions. Are you feeling weird? Let me get some leaves for you.
Good luck finding leaves here.
It's just twigs. It's all there's.
I think these bushes are the first time you've seen leaves in this environment, besides the ones that goblins were trying to grow.
All right, well that was my. I'm done with Selena. I'm just having a a jolly old time, and I agree to kind of work out something where I can come and play for her once a day, just to like nurture our friendship because I think she's pretty neat.
Cool. So I guess that takes us back to Torrin and Virt, who are hanging out in sort of the courtyard of this shanty town.
Know what I've realized, Vert?
Hmm.
We have no idea where the mayor lives.
Well, is there anybody standing outside?
Did someone say the mayor? And you follow that voice to a wrinkly old man with a long beard and a hunched back, and he doesn't seem to be wearing any pants, but he does seem to have a bucket strapped to his butt. He says, "I'm Mayor Bucket. Welcome to Balderdash," and he extends a shaky hand, and you notice he smells horrible.
I just put a fist to my chest, slightly nod my head, and that's it.
Good call.
Vert kind of waves at him. And then bows.
He will indignantly return his hand.
Now tell us where the undead is.
What? There's an undead in Balderdash?
Well,
According to the devil, yes.
we're pretty sure there is.
Oh, goodness, not here. You've almost scared the shit out of me. And then he gives like a waka waka. And he slaps his butt bucket. You get it? Do you get it?
That's clever.
Ah, thank you. So what's this now about an undead?
We're hunting a wight, an undead. That's all we know.
Well, there's no undead here. Not a lot of people in Balderdash. I'd have known about it right away.
Have you had any new folks other than us pop through here?
Oh, no new folks. Lots of new problems, though.
Really?
How about a
Yeah.
pale female?
Ooh, I do love me one of those. Well, Selena's over in the potion shop. But, I mean, she's not dead. Right?
How would you know?
And now you seem to have confused him.
I think upon hearing that there is a pale female, knowing nothing else about this potion shop, Torrin kind of just opens his eyes and starts charging for the potion shop because Twilight's in there. Like, oh god damn it! It's been too quiet!
Hey, you charge into the potion shop, and Selena yelps and hides under the desk.
I draw my sword and point it at her. Be you undead!
No!
And I'm like, I was mid-strum for another song for Selena, and I go,
Hey, guys. What's up?
I've already called upon my divine sense once today. Crap.
and I look at Selena and I go,
Hey, no, it's alright. He gets like this sometimes.
and I reach a hand out to help her up.
Thank you? What? Who's your friend?
That's Torrin Gesh, and that's Virt Vatican, and that's my best buddy Debilika, and this is Derek.
And I hold Derek up and I go,
He's gonna be the vocals one day. Right, Derek?
I'm sorry. Who?
and I hold my helmet up. Derek, the talking helmet dude.
No, the other one. There's four of you.
Yeah, there's me, and Torrin, and Virt, and Derek, and my best buddy Debilika. And I point right. Where's Debilika floating?
Okay, right. That's five.
Yes.
I see a dragonborn, a gnome, a tiefling, and a helmet.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What?
Yeah.
And I slowly turn my head to Debilika and I look at her.
And she says, "I'm only here for you, darlings." And she gives you like a little pat on the head.
And Twilight's a little mind blown. They don't have anything more to say.
She gives you a very wide grin.
Torrin just shrugs, not caring.
So we've been dealing with this sort of apparition thing. It's cool. We'll take care of it.
Oh, all right. That's kind of weird.
Which part?
You say you have an apparition haunting you? I don't have any potions for ghosts. I only make potions out of the berries that make you poo.
You don't have any Goshens?
Jesus, what?
They're not all gonna be winners, guys, okay?
The only other person in town I've heard of who's supposedly being followed by some mysterious force is the guard in the arsenal. So, maybe you guys want to go talk to him about your friend Debilika. And she seems a little creeped out by you guys. Like, you guys are acting weird.
In our defense, we are.
So I sheathe my sword back into the shield, sort of shrug, and where is your armory?
Across town. You'll see the guard standing outside. His name is Flood. You'll know him when you see him. He's the only other guard in town besides Phil, who you met, and he apparently vouched for you, so I guess you guys are cool? Except you're talking to apparitions?
Well, one of us does.
Mayor Bucket's like, okay, let's go talk to Flood. Follow me. And he kind of like gives like a hop and a skip.
Which has to be hard with a bucket.
And he's like,
Wait, how long has Mayor Shitbucket been here?
I mean, how would you stop the man?
And Twilight, who had never met Mayor Shitbucket before, just goes, like, snaps out of his, like, snaps out of their mind-blownness and goes, wait, what?
Oh, dear.
you follow Mayor Shitbucket across town to a shed with a man standing outside of it. He's got a decent sword, decent set of armor. Mayor Bucket says, "Hello, Flood. How are things?" Says, good, thanks." He's got maybe like slick-backed dark hair. He's got like a shiny breastplate, like he took time to actually polish it somehow. He's standing in front of this shed that actually has, you can see, a lock on it, and it looks fairly sturdy compared to the other sheds.
And what race is he?
He's a human.
And Mayor Bucket's also a human?
Seems to be.
Okay, see, that's fair.
He's kind of like withered, like he might be a half-elf at this point, but it's hard to tell.
Okay.
Like he's either an old human or a really old half-elf.
Okay, fair enough.
Bucket says, "Well, Phil checked you guys out, so if you're really here to help us find this white creature, you're welcome to something in the armory here. We don't have much, though. You should know it's all a little cursed, but it's what we have." And Mayor Bucket reaches into his bucket, and you can hear liquid moving around as he fishes out. He fishes out a key.
Oh no! Oh no!
Says,
Why?
"Move aside."
Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
And he unlocks the door and he slaps the key back in.
That is a highly effective hiding space.
Right?
Mm.
And he looks at Flood and he's like, "Open the door!" And Flood's like, "All right, Jesus." And he opens the door. And inside is almost nothing. No swords, no armor. There's a few dusty boxes with like some things in it you already have, like a left boot but not a right boot. It's a little dusty in here. The things that stand out are there are 4 things that stand out. There is a what appears to be a very complicated set of glasses or goggles. There is a canister of something. The canister seems to be shaped like a nose with like a plug top. There's a goblet that is a little shiny. It looks like it's made of pure silver. And there's a ring with a very oblong shape stuck to the top of the ring. He says, "You can each take one thing, and then leave the rest, so that we can use it to defend ourselves against the devils."
So how do you all want to decide what to do?
We shall inspect.
Well, you just reach in there and you grab it.
Can you tell us what they do?
Oh, I think I can a little bit here. He sloshes into the shed. He goes, this here, picks up the ring. This here, ring of the mule, they call it. Let you kick someone like a mule, but from far away. And he puts it down. He goes to the complicated set of glasses. He says, these here goggles helps you see things that are really small and look at things really up close. I have to use these when I read. Well, I used to. Then we burned our last book for warmth. And he puts it down and he moves on. He picks up the nose. He says, this here makes you cough and sneeze. It's a funny cough and sneeze dust. And he puts it down. He's like, but look out! It's real easy to get it in your own mouth and nose and other places. And he goes to the goblet. And he says, this here is a cup. You can drink liquids out of it. And he puts it down. And he says, and that's how they work.
I would like to roll detect I would like to cast detect magic to see what kind of magic I can discern from all of these objects.
Totally. Okay. You get 3 hits from your detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
4 hits, actually.
Okay.
You know what? Roll your perception for that 4th hit.
Oh, thank God. 14? No, 15. 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
15. 3 hits. You get a little bit of a 4th hit, and that's like Debilika, like standing behind you.
Yeah.
But it's like really muffled. Anyway, so you get magic coming from the glasses. They have a whole bunch of different like lenses to them that look like they flip in and out and back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a little light coming off one side of it. And there's definitely like magic coming off of each individual lens.
Yeah, I learned School of Magic, so what kind of
Mm-hmm.
magic is coming off the...
Okay, so from the goggles, you get divination magic, but it's like a weak divination magic. So something that'll help you like learn something, discover something, find something. And then you also get there's a little bit of feedback coming off of the 3 items as well. And I'll explain what that feedback is in a second.
Okay.
The next item is the cask that's shaped like a nose.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a little bit of necromancy magic coming off of that very weakly. So not an especially powerful form of necromancy, but maybe some kind of disease is in there.
Okay.
The goblet's not giving you anything. It just seems to be made of silver. Just a silver goblet. And then the ring is putting off evocation. So evocation is force and the elements. So hitting things, blasting things. And dear God, that thing is still terrifying. And you're also getting a little feedback from that. And that feedback seems to be a curse of some kind.
Am I getting...
from all 3 of these magic items.
Am I getting the curse from the cup as well?
Nope. Cup seems totally mundane.
Okay. I would like to pick up all 4 items and take it up and out, and call my colleagues to me.
What do you mean up and out?
Like, I'm gonna pick up all 4 items in my hands because they seem to be small. I'm gonna pick them up in my hands and call my friends to me so they're blocking the door. And say, hey everyone, check this out. And I give the ring to Torrin, and I describe to Torrin what it does. I give the goggles to Virt and describe to Virt what it does. And then I take the nose, and I would like to use my sleight of hand to pocket the goblet without them noticing.
Okay, you can do that with advantage because you're blocking their line of sight.
Sweet. Okay, the first one.
I mean, like you're stealing just a totally normal cup
I feel like it might not be a totally normal cup. Like, I have my suspicions.
From these nice people who are giving you these things for free. All they ask is that you leave one possession behind.
Okay, they wouldn't have this normal cup in there, and if the cup ends up being cooler than the nose thing, then I'll trade in for it. But I don't know what the cup does, but there's a reason why it's in a freaking armory. And Twilight is trying to help as much as possible, and we'll only be able to do that with the best objects. So, yes, I'm temporarily borrowing this cup.
Okay. Roll sleight of hand.
Okay. The first roll is a 21. And we're going to stick with the first roll, because the second roll was not.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you pocket the goblet.
Okay.
And
this nose, is it like a satchel? Is it like, do I wear it?
It's like a gourd.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Like it's hollowed out with something inside of it.
Is it like a horn, like one of those drinking horns?
No, it's like a gourd.
Okay.
Which is why I said gourd.
Just kidding. I get what I forgot what a gourd looked like.
No, it's like it's a hollow, solid container.
Okay.
And it's got like a stopper on it.
Cool.
And there's something like rattling around inside of it.
Cool.
And when you open it, it looks like it's some kind of red sand.
All right.
A very fine red sand.
And I tie that on my hip, opposite the side of Derek.
Okay, tight. So, the mayor's kind of, it looks like he's been distracted in his old age while you were stealing from him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just kind of wandered off a few steps. As you're leaving, Flood is chuckling at you. He's like, I can't believe you guys stole the mayor's backup bucket. We leave it in there because of the smell.
I look at Flood and I go, wait, is that all that is?
I mean, you probably didn't notice because the mayor was standing so close to you, but yeah, absolutely, that's what it's for.
And Twilight takes out the backup bucket, looks at it, and goes, and just puts it down, like, on the inside of the door, and then, like, slightly scoots it with its foot, with their foot, and looks at Flood and goes, do you have somewhere I can wash my hands?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, and instead I just cast Prestidigitation to clean my hands. Because, no, I'm not... I Prestidigitate my whole body like I need a long shower.
Twilight, the bard of poo hands.
And let's leave it right there.
Twilight, the bard of poo hands. Alright.
And that's
Just
what we
Torrin,
remember now.
Crossed arms, chuckling.
Poop pocket.
I guess. What did you think?
I thought it was good. I'm curious about this town that we're hanging out in.
Yeah, I honestly, I had more planned, but I kind of rushed you through it a little bit so we can get to more of the meat of this thing.
That's okay. Honestly, like, from what I've understood reading, like, you can decide how to play it, and I feel like I like interacting with people, and we spent a lot of time not interacting with other beings, like, just traveling in darkness, so it's kind of nice being in, like, a place.
Yep, that was the idea, is finally getting you to a place, but I need you to get a feel for, like, how big the world is.
Yeah.
Everything lasts longer than I expect it to, and I need to start planning for that.
Yeah, but that's why we put aside a little bit more energy to do this, and why we don't do it that often. But, like, it's been good. It's been nice being able to do this. Hey, how's the suit coming along, Kev?
It hit some snags. Sort of took a break from it. Trying to get some more pieces together for the compressor so I can actually tell how much air is in the thing.
Are you even taking this seriously?
Look, man, give him a break, man. This stuff's hard to do. Like, you can't just whip out, like, a safety suit.
I mean, it's something that I have been trying to do here and there, but now I have actual need, a pressing need to get the thing together. And
yeah, plus, like, Kevin's capable. Manny, I don't know if you know this, Kevin is the one who got us up and running in the first place. We were only able to find you because Kevin's systems locked onto your frequency. It was kind of accidental, but, like, Kevin's got it. Just give him a chance.
If he ventured out more, maybe he'd find enough junk like I did.
He's surrounded by radiation. What do you expect him to do?
And I'm surrounded by monsters. Radiation doesn't eat you.
And you have two monsters that you personally and very specifically trained to do things. How do you can't fight radiation without a suit?
Right. Plus, Kevin's in the closed quarters. He has monsters to deal with too. They're just mechanical and human. Hey, stay safe out there, man.
No, seriously, dude. Like, do you need to talk about what happened to you?
I mean, I'm still trying to really come to grips with everything myself.
No, I'm sorry, Kevin. Like, you and I, we can talk, but I meant Manny. Like, do you need to talk? You got all that anger in there, man.
All you want to do is talk, not enough action.
And what do you suggest we do? Hop on your dogs and like storm a building full of all of the security in the world and their own dogs?
Don't need to storm a building if you blow it up.
Okay, do you know how to make a bomb? Do you have stuff to make a bomb?
You'd be surprised what you can find when nobody else wants to live in an area.
Manny, you have bombs right now?
I mean, I have the ingredients.
Didn't you work in a zoo? How the hell do you know how to make a bomb?
I was an engineer. They're out the side. Had to get out and fix the crap they were too rich to fix themselves.
Like what?
Plug a few things here and there. Get a leaky pipe here and there. Maybe use a torch and seal shut an area. They say, oh hey, nobody can go in there.
Wait, who are you an engineer for?
This line of questioning might get too close.
Okay.
Let's just say we all know who they are.
Oh. Yeah, no, I get that.
Look, we don't know each other really well. And God knows I have things that you guys don't know about either, but if you need to talk, I mean, I know I've needed to talk. You guys have been out here longer than I have, and I'm not gonna lie, this game has kept me going, especially after Mitchie, you and I split, but if you need to talk, like, I'm here to listen. I was told I'm pretty okay at it.
Yeah. Yeah, if we need to talk, well, it's a good idea.
Dear listeners, I have right here a letter from none other than Capitan Laurent. It seems that he enjoyed his last visit. So I thought I would end today's broadcast by reading this letter aloud for the first time for all of you. To Poacherblatt's current broadcast hosts. That's me. It has come to my attention that you told some less than reputable stories about my last business meeting with you. First, I would like to point out some discrepancies to be cleared up. I did not come to your office for personal reasons, and I did not provide any information regarding Fugitive Yang. I also did not tell you not to tell that information to anyone, because doing so would imply that I told you any information in the first place, which I did not. Please understand that while I appreciate the generous but misplaced affections you have for me, that I am a married man. Married to my work as Capitan of Poacherblatt Corporations, and legally speaking, to my husband. I would ask once again that you do not reach out, and hope that this is the last time I will have to ask you to stop sending packages to my home. My husband has already supplied me with my quota of gifts, and I will not place yours on the present prior this holiday season. Good day to you, and thank you for your broadcast once again. We are quite fond of the words you share. Kindly do not broadcast this letter to audiences as it is private. Oh, oh dear, I should have read this prior to... Oh, well, it's probably nothing. But I can't believe he would do something like this. I mean, a letter! A personal letter for me. And he opened up about his home life. Dear listeners, there is so much to do. And so little time. So with that, I leave you to the sounds of dancing as I accept Capitan Laurent's offer, his obvious offer, to meet for coffee in true reality. Thank you. And keep living your truth.
Hey, Jemarc again. Thank you so very much for checking out that latest episode. Of course, it is the holiday season right now, but never fear, we are working to make sure we do not miss a single release date for the show, and are pre-recording a few of the episodes. We know for a fact that we have a lot of beautiful and wonderful new listeners out there, so for those of you who are not aware, you can actually become an NPC on the show. Simply tweet, Facebook, and or make an Instagram post about the show and tag us at TFEWcast with the hashtag UnpluggedRising, and we could potentially make you an NPC. People like Hezekiah from our first arc, the Druid Bear, or people like Jake the Goblin or King Bossy, who both happen to be named after the same person at JakeBossy4 on Twitter, because he tweeted about the show so much. We want you all to be involved with our show, and if you want to be an NPC, hey, the more people you let know about us, the more the show grows. And I would ask and encourage all of you to please leave an iTunes review. Leaving a review on iTunes really helps out the podcast when they are just starting out to be noticed by other people, and we are even giving away custom painted minifigures of our playable characters. We've just given away a Twilight figure for our 25 review mark, and Anderson, don't worry, I have that. It's just been the holiday season, I will get that out to you soon. But we will give away a Virt and Torrin minifigure at 50 and 75 reviews. But if you have not entered yet and you really wanted that Twilight figure, never fear, because at 100 reviews, we will give away all 3 of our playable characters as minifigures, plus potentially a extra bonus gift. All great opportunities and all things you can find out about on our Facebook page, Tabletop for the End of the World. Anyway, that was extremely lengthy, and that's it for me. Give your loved ones a hug and a kiss with their consent, and remember, the overseers are always watching.